Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Diablo 3. My name is Wilfred. So in this episode, I'd like to play the Greater Rift 70, which is mandatory if you play the season. That is the once you overcome the GR 70, you're qualified for the Primal Ancient job. Not that, in the past, not that it gave me anything good in that tier, because usually it's a lot of junks, I would say, but occasionally there are good stuff, and who knows, it's a little bit of like a lottery or gambling to see if you get some really good loot, a Primal Ancient that you could use, so you can be quite happy about that as well. Now I played the Blessed Hammer previously, did pretty interesting thing with the Echoing Nightmare, the new game mode of this season 26, so I'm switching to the standard cookie cutter Archon Invoker, as well as the Captain Crimson kind of like a build with the Ring of the Royal Grandeur. Took me like, I don't know, maybe 10 bounty to try to get one. So that's cool, or 10 or 15 actually, quite a fair bit. So yeah, but because I'm not committed into a gear, my mindset is that I'd like to do a Baylor. So the cooldown reduction is only about 49%. Ideally, should hit the 56 or 57%, and that will give you 100% uptime of the Akarat champion. That is essential. Once this guy drop, man, you just like is totally vulnerable. The Archon is so important. But because I'm not that committed into the gearing, I'm still going for crit kind of step because I want to transit into the Veiler. So all this crit doesn't make sense to this build, but I'm still having it. So because I'm going to reuse the ring, I'm going to reuse the one hand and the shield as well. So I'm not going to jeopardize the whole thing just because of the starter build. But it's good. I mean, for the season journey, you got the Archon as a starter build, so you kind of like can build around it. The good thing about Archon is that you could theoretically put any kind of skill set to it, but I realized that without this kind of like bombardment build with the Invoker, there is a glass ceiling to how far it can go. Maybe you can hit around GR 50 or 55 with the Blessed Hammer, even with the right kind of like gear or cube, but it's very hard to go beyond that, which is a bit unfortunate, because if I were to design Archon, I will make it a point whereby it is viable. You can build a really good tier on almost any skill that you have, be as a Phoenix, if you want to play the Phanex, this one here. And there are many other interesting build condemn or whatever it is. You can slot many things here because it kind of a generic buff to everything, right? But unfortunately, it's not the case, and that's why I personally like the Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr better than Diablo 3 these days, because in that game you can really build any skill around it, that gear to support it. You can go crazy, think about something synergetic to synergy to build synergy to all this like skill and gear that you have. But in Diablo 3, unfortunately, I'm mature in the point whereby the gap between the top tier and the gap between something you dream of or just you want to play the kind of gameplay, just too big a gap. So too bad, you have to stick to the cookie cutter build in order to overcome certain challenges. But that's okay. I mean, that's the different game. So now the bombardment is kind of interesting, because if you take a look at the cube that I have the Mortal Drama, double their number of bombardment impact, deal increased damage, as well as the Belt of the Trove, which every 4 seconds is auto call down the bombardment, which I find it interesting. Bombardment itself has 30-second cooldown, so this is like a free, very powerful bombardment that's landed everywhere. And with the fact that because the bombardment could also be buffed by the thorns as well, that make the Invoker set helpful, because with the Invoker set you do get thorns by default as a secondary stats. You can have the thorns to it. So yeah, this is the thorn. You can see the thorn on secondary. This is the thorn on secondary. So you have some good thorns there. You can put a legendary dam that add more thorn to it. Now, of course, all this like gear that you have should also be rolling the thorn damage as well, which will make this build work. Is basically just on the on the thorn itself. And of course, with that said, then you pick a bit of like passive that work with the thorn as well. Then everything is very much thorn specific, and with the whole setup, I mean, it is interesting. You can call down the bombardment as you get the physical one coming in. Like after holy is lightning. After lightning is I believe is physical. So when you see lightning, you get ready. You can do a bombardment there as well. You can call this down manually, or you can just auto trigger. All right, enough talking. I'm going to do GR70. Like I said, I'm not going to be too good on this dungeon. I will just do my best to complete it. I will expect a bit of like defeats here and there, so long as I meet the timing. I think it's okay. So wish me luck, guys. All right. GR70.
Brave the rifts, and you will be well rewarded. Look at that.
So that's done. So I just need to keep finding the next one. I have to be careful because now my champion is down. Okay, so that's done. You call it a bubble here. Okay, pop this guy up. Shield is good. So that's good. I'm lucky to have a shield. Yeah. No, it's really about hunting for elite, I guess. Alright. Force off again soon. Okay, that's done. The power shrine coming up. It's done. There's no more. Okay, cool. Alright, wrong turn.
I enjoyed that.
Okay, I'm hunting for elite. Hunting for elite still. Where are the elite?
Not yet.
Okay, there's one here. That's done. Alright, so
Not ready yet.
there's an elite. Alright, Rift Guardian is here. Pop the thing and yep, so that's done. I've completed my my first. It's going to be a maze, by the way, the Primal Ancient. So I've completed my first GR70, and by and large, I mean that sounds pretty alright. That looks quite okay. I just need to level up my gem first before I look at what gear I've got. I think for my Veiler build, I'll go for Bane of the Trap, of course. That is like every other build use Bane of the Trap, or every build use Bane of the Trap in this game. They best first build this into the stats here. Everybody has Bane of the Trap by the default and can pick something quite interesting as a choice, but I don't know, some games are designed a different way. Or Bane of the Stricken, everybody use that anyway, so why not just build it into the character, because everybody use it. Alright, cool. Let's see, I've got the maze here. Odison. It is basically a junk Primal Ancient, so that's kind of useless. I don't really have anything else that is useful here. I would say there's a Veiler, so I've got a complete Veiler set, so that is at least something good from here. So I get the complete Veiler set. Not that I have a problem with crafting one, because you could craft any duplicated one into potentially one of those things. But I'm happy. I'm happy that I've got it sorted. and I will transit into the Vela build. But so far, I mean, it looks quite promising. I do see that it is pretty powerful. So it's a season's beginners a starter kind of gear. So why not use it, right? So yeah. I haven't really spent too much time on this game so far. So for this season, so if I can do it, I'm sure you can too. I will see you again next time. Goodbye.